Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're actually going to talk about a couple things. Let's talk about Saturday night's main event first. So I think John Cena versus R-Truth is going to start the show because apparently it's not a title match, which is okay but also not okay. So I don't know. So I think that's going to start the match. It would be a little funny if R-Truth actually won, but I think John Cena's definitely winning this one. Then I think the next match will probably be Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker versus CM Punk and Sami Zayn. So yeah, and then I actually got CM Punk and Sami Zayn winning this one, honestly. Then we have Selena Vega versus Chelsea Green for the Women's United States Championship. Honestly, nobody cares about this match. John Cena versus R-Truth is going to be a little fun match. The tag team match is probably going to be the best match of the night, maybe. Maybe not, maybe like the second best match of the night. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. For some reason, to me, I think that's going to be the best match of the night. I think Chelsea Green versus Selena Vega is just going to be garbage like all the other matches Chelsea Green has been in. Selena Vega's only put on like average matches or maybe some good ones, but like that's it. Chelsea Green is a jobber. Selena Vega's kind of a jobber, but kind of not at the same time. I like that Selena Vega's the champion. I did like that Chelsea Green was the champion for a while. Not anymore when we got into like February times. But yeah, then I think the next match will probably be Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in that steel cage. I actually got Drew McIntyre winning this one because I don't think he's escaping the cage. I think he's pinning Priest. Yeah, that's kind of garbage. Damian Priest. I think this match is probably going to be match of the night because I think they're going to have such cool spots. Damian Priest is okay in the ring, but Drew McIntyre is amazing in the ring. So yeah, I think Drew's going to pin Damian. So I think this will be the last match of the night. Jey Uso versus Logan Paul for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think Jey Uso is winning this match. Clean, I think. But you never know, there could be some interferences here and there by CM Punk, Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, which I don't think is going to happen. I think Jey Uso is just going to win clean. But yeah, I will say this. You know what kind of annoys me? That in Backlash, there was only one girl match. And in Saturday night's main event part 3, there's also only one girl match. See, I'm kind of in the middle of this. I think that is just disrespectful to the women's division. It's just disrespectful to the women's division, honestly. But I do kind of get it because the whole, the whole women's roster maybe has a pay-per-view called Evolution coming up. So maybe I kind of get why they're only doing one girl matches in Backlash and Saturday night's main event, and probably Money in the Bank, maybe just 2 matches or 1 match in Money in the Bank, because the girls on the roster have a pay-per-view just for the girls called Evolution, which is after Money in the Bank, I assume. So yeah, and then you have the other Saturday night's main event, which no one cares about. Saturday night's main event is actually today. But yeah, Evolution seems like a good pay-per-view because apparently they stopped it around a few years ago. So yeah. Alright, I just gotta say this. I'm gonna rank the pay-per-views from this year. So I just watched Saturday night's main event part 2. I thought that was garbage. That was just a garbage pay-per-view. Royal Rumble, I'm not saying it's bad, average, decent. I'm not even saying it's amazing. I'm just going to say it was a good pay-per-view. The Women's Royal Rumble match was actually very good. I actually enjoyed myself in that match. The tag team match was absolute garbage Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens was okay. And the men's Royal Rumble match was amazing. Better than the women's, in my opinion. The thing I didn't really like was Jey Uso winning. I was fine with Jey Uso winning. But at the same time, I really wasn't. I was okay with Jey Uso winning. So that's why it was just a good pay-per-view. Elimination Chamber was I'm going to say it's a very good pay-per-view. It was actually, in my opinion, it was actually better than the Royal Rumble for some reason. Don't know. I think Triple H kind of messed up on Royal Rumble. Just a teeny tiny bit. Not much, but just a teeny tiny bit. Not much. Elimination Chamber was awesome. Like, the women's Elimination Chamber match, amazing. The tag team match was alright. It wasn't too bad, but I just thought it was like, it had a few good moments, but also had more bad moments. But I'd say it's an average match. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn was actually the best match of the night, honestly, in my opinion. And the men's Elimination Chamber match was not better than the women's, in my opinion. I just thought it was just a very good match. Oh, there's that thing. I just thought it was a very good match. It was fun. It was great to see John Cena win that, and the heel turn by John Cena was classic. WrestleMania 41. Night 1 was average. It was okay. The first match was okay. Jey Uso versus Gunther was okay. The tag team match with the New Day and the War Raiders was absolute garbage. That was probably the most garbage match of this WrestleMania, honestly. Well, maybe not. That women's tag team match was kind of garbage. The only thing that was actually pretty good was actually Becky Lynch. Lyra had a few good moves too. Liv and Raquel, they were okay. But Liv and Raquel are still great workers. Jade Cargill versus Naomi was actually very good. El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix was absolute garbage. Rey Fenix did a great job, but and then Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Honestly, that was just amazing in my opinion. The triple threat match of night 1 was the best match of the night. So yeah, and then night 2 was amazing. It was way better than night 1 in my opinion. The first match of the night, the girls triple threat match was absolutely amazing. The Fatal 4-Way match, Dom, Finn, Penta, and Braun Breaker, was actually the best match of the night. The second was probably that triple threat match. The third was probably John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, because it wasn't the best, but it was actually pretty fun to watch. Yeah, so that Fatal 4-Way match was the best match of the night, or day, whatever. It was around the daytime. I'm glad that Dominic won. He deserved this one. And then Joe Hendry versus Randy Orton was okay. It wasn't too bad. Randy was the best in that, but like, it was a little bit too quick. I thought it was going to go a little bit longer, but yeah. If Kevin Owens wasn't injured and he could have fought Randy, this WrestleMania would be way better. Still good, but like, it's not the best. It's not better than WrestleMania 40. Oh God, bro. What? Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. See, this is where night 2 kind of started getting slower. Logan Paul versus AJ Styles was an average match at best. It was okay. So yeah, and then the women's tag team match was actually pretty awful. I hated that match. Nothing really happened in it. At least the New Day versus the War Raiders actually had a few stuff that happened, but that match was still garbage as well. So yeah, and then the main event, John Cena versus, well, the Stone Cold Steve Austin appearance was actually pretty awesome. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes wasn't the best, but I just say it's a good match. The best part of it was John Cena winning 17-time world champion, bro. So yeah, I thought WrestleMania 41 was just very good, but it's like a little bit very good. So in my opinion, it's between good and very good. because it's definitely not better than the Royal Rumble in my opinion. And then Backlash was just decent. It wasn't too bad. Like, the first match was actually amazing. That was probably like second match of the night. The second match between Becky and Lyra was absolute. See, I said it was average, but just a little bit. It was more garbage, so I would just say it's a bad match. Dom versus Penta. That was an okay match. It wasn't too bad. Dom actually did great in that. So did Penta, but like it wasn't the best. But I still kind of liked it. And then Pat McAfee versus Gunther. That was just an absolute garbage match. That was probably the most garbage match of the night. And then John Cena versus Randy Orton was the best match of the night. I enjoyed that match. John Cena deserved that win. This new Saturday night's main event kind of looks mid. It looks average. It looks decent. Not as decent as Backlash, but it's probably going to be an average pay-per-view. Money in the Bank. I hope Money in the Bank is awesome. So yeah. But I just gotta say, Triple H is okay. Kidding! He's okay and very good with a few things, but he's right now, he's absolute garbage. SmackDown is garbage. NXT, that's actually pretty amazing, actually. Raw is okay. I used to like Raw, but Raw's just decent now. But SmackDown is definitely unwatchable. Evolve is okay too. I don't know what's going on with Triple H and TKO. It's not The Rock's fault. And I can't believe WrestleMania 42 is going back to Las Vegas. It's not going to New Orleans. And they have the audacity to put Money in the Bank 2026 in New Orleans. And put WrestleMania 42 back to Las Vegas. They have the audacity to do that, honestly. And the Money in the Bank logo for 2026 looks like the WrestleMania 42 logo. So what's WrestleMania 42's logo going to be like? The WrestleMania 41 logo, but it's just going to have 42 at the top? What? Alright, the last thing I'm going to talk about. Yesterday on SmackDown, which was probably the best, like, there's only like two good parts of this SmackDown, which is LA Knight winning, so he's going to be at Money in the Bank. He won that qualifying match between Aleister Black and Shinsuke Nakamura. And then the Wyatt 6 returned, which was probably the first best thing of the night. The second was that LA Knight big win. I'm glad that the Wyatt 6 returned after months. We haven't seen them since December 23rd, I believe. Bro, it's awesome to see the Wyatt 6 again. They made a great return. But I will say one thing. Triple H really ruined the Wyatt 6. They haven't been on a pay-per-view. They haven't been here in months. Well, I kind of can't blame them. Well, I kind of can because Bo Dallas, which is Uncle Howdy, was injured. But, you know, you still could have had the rest of the Wyatt 6 showing up like they had on December 23rd. They had Nikki, Joe, Dexter, and Eric showing up when Uncle Howdy was, like, nowhere to be seen. By the way, what happened to the Final Testament and the Miz versus the Wyatt 6 feud? Are we just done with that now? Are we just going to get the Wyatt 6 to attack the Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, and DIY and Candice LeRae now? Well, I do want this to happen. Like, Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis or something like that versus the Street Profits, and the Wyatt 6 can win the Tag Team Championships. That means the Wyatt 6 can have a big thing to happen to them. They've had big things to happen to them. Like their debut, which is on the screen right now. The returns they've had. The matches they've had, which the worst match was probably the Wyatt 6 versus the Final Testament. And Mercy the Buzzard versus the Miz. But yeah, Wyatt 6 are great. Glad to see them again. And it was actually on Bray Wyatt's birthday, which was awesome. So yeah, but I'm still disappointed in Triple H. The things he done to them. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go now. And yeah, peace out.